What's going on, everybody? Today I wanted to bring to you a deck that I took to Seattle Regionals and I was able to get top 32 with, and that is going to be Spright Dino. Now, a lot of people that I played against were really surprised when they see me start playing this, but it actually does have quite a bit of good synergy together, believe it or not, and I'll explain going through the deck on what synergizes and how. But believe me, it really does. Whether you open up your Dino package, whether you open up your Sprite package, but especially if you open up both of them together, this deck can just be super explosive. And again, I did get top 32, 27th place to be exact. I started off the tournament going X2, my first two games. I ended up losing in time both of those games, but I was able to grind it out for the next 6 rounds and be able to finish X2. And luckily, I was able to make that top 32 mark. And yeah, this deck is just super fun, super explosive, and I feel like that it was great against pretty much all of my matchups. But yeah, let's get into the deck profile here. So starting off, of course, we got the big guy, UCT, as well as Dino Wrestler Pinkertops. Now, I do play 1-in-1. Some people was asking me, well, how come you don't play two Ultimate Conductors? And the reason for that I don't personally play two, is because I feel like by the time you go into your Ultimate Conductor, you should already have game. Uh, you don't necessarily need two. I feel like two could potentially be a brick in this build specifically. Again, that is just my personal opinion. Plus, Pinkertops is great going first. With the dinos, you can easily get them out. Or, great going second, just being able to break boards and be able to pop any, back row, floodgates, anything problematic. So that's the reason why I went 1-in-1, and it seemed to work out for me just fine. And of course, we have, the main starter right here, uh, Oviraptor. We got 3 of him, 3 of the baby. And baby is so important. He is the reason why this deck can synergize very well with Sprite. Yes, because he is a level 2. But as you're comboing off, once you get to the end of your Dino combos, you usually end with another baby on the board. So if you open up a Sprite with your dinos, you're able to special and then combo off with your Sprite plays from there. But these were definitely crucial. I feel like I did have to play 3-and-3. I would not cut these down. And then your one-ofs, of course, we played the 1 Miscellaneous, the 1 Amadorn, and then also the 1 Giant Rex. Now, I mean, Misk is just, it's Misk, bring Misk back to 3, come on. No, but I mean, it's so crucial to definitely play Misk as well as the Amadorn, because popping your baby plus adding your pill and getting your combos going is just so clutch in this deck. Being able to either open up the Miscellaneous and having the baby, or opening up Lost World, and either one is just full combo from there as far as the Dino combos go. Giant Rex definitely came in clutch, I want to say, especially against my Flu Underease matchup. The guy, game 3, I end up going first, and he opened up by going Shifter in the standby phase, and I had Oviraptor in my hands, so I was like, alright, that's perfectly fine. I went normal summoned Ovi effect, dumped the Giant Rex to the grave since it got banished instead, specialed it back, and I was able to overlay them and go into a Dolka. And, that was just an easy 1-card Dolka for me. So Giant Rex definitely came in really clutch. Was able to definitely utilize him a lot. And that's going to be it for the dinosaur monsters. And we'll get into the sprites. And of course, we are definitely going with the 3 Spright Blue. We got 3 Spright Jet, 1 Spright Carrot, and 1 Spright Red. Now, I definitely wouldn't change the ratio on the sprites here. I didn't feel the need to play Pixies just because, I did have Ultimate Conductor in my arsenal as well as Dino Wrestler Pinkertops, and I just didn't feel like Pixies was really needed. And opening up any of your sprites, plus again, like I said, the baby is just, it's full combo for your sprites. And if you open up a mixture of both, whether it be a misc, a baby, and any of your other sprites, you have full combo, being able to make big boards as well as break boards as well. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't change the ratio. I feel like this is really standard, and yeah, it just worked out really great for me. And then on to the non-sprite and non-dino stuff. So I did decide to go with the 3 swap frog, and then the nimble package being 3 beaver and 2 angler. And I was asked, if I felt like the 3 swap frog and the nimble package, was great with how many, normal summons I was playing. And in my personal opinion, it was, because if you opened up like Oviraptor plus Swap and Angler, you're just able to combo off and play through so many things. Swap and Angler is nuts. You dump the Angler off the Swap, special Swap, and then Angler effect gets you 2 beavers, and you could just continue into your Sprite plays from there. Super super easy. I didn't feel like this was bricky whatsoever. So I would play this ratio if you're deciding you want to try out Spright Dino. That is just my personal opinion, honestly. You could definitely cut it down though if you wanted. You could play 1 angler. I don't think 2 was absolutely necessary, just because I didn't take advantage of the second angler. Like, I never really had to. But it's just good to open it with your swap frog. Because again, swap dumping angler is just, it's so clutch in this deck. Just being able to have a 2 card starters that just give you full combo is great. So yeah, and that's gonna be it for the monsters. I'll go into the spells here. Starting off with the spells, we are gonna go with the 3 fossil dig. Very very necessary. We had 3 starter, of course. Just, I feel like that is mandatory. And then the 1 double evolution pill. Fossil dig and starter were so clutch. Because if I opened up, just a baby, and let's say, some of the sprite cards, and I had a fossil dig in hand, I knew I was going to go into my misc, dump my misc, and just go full combo from there. And then plus, if I opened up, all dinosaur monsters plus a starter, I was just going, full combo. I would do all my dinosaur plays and then activate starter after I wanted to summon everything, being like my Logia, Dolka, Dweller plus UCT or whatever it is. I would, hold the starter till last. And yeah, if I seen, any of that combination, I was definitely, getting my full board there. And then to round it off for the spells, we are playing triple prosperity as well as triple tactics talents. Now, both of these did perform very well. The prosperity did unclog my hand from time to time. I didn't really brick all that much with this deck. Maybe I just had a lucky day or what, but I didn't have any type of bricks during my games. But prosperity was able to help me extend. It kept me going during the game or during my combos. If I felt like I could have did more, I would go prosperity, add that little extra piece that I needed. And actually, one game it did help me break the back row, because the guy was playing stun, and I was able to prosperity find a lightning storm even though I already had an evenly in hand, and I was able to go from there and be able to break the board. Triple tactics talent, such a great card, so clutch. I would not have changed it whatsoever. Majority of the day, honestly, I wasn't drawing 2, because again, like, I didn't feel like I needed to in those times when I had tactics in my hand and it was live. What I was doing majority of the day actually was looking at my opponent's hand and shuffling stuff back into the deck. So that way I could just reassure that I knew he wasn't going to break my board, or he had nothing to, pretty much counter anything that I was trying to do. So Triple Tactics Talent definitely came in clutch for that. A couple times I did, snatch a monster, linked it off, whatever. But the looking at the opponent's hand, shuffling one back, that was definitely the clutch play. So yeah, that is it for. Well, no, I take it back. There is another spell. I did play one Smashers, as well as one Double Cross. Smashers, it's Smashers. I mean, it comes in clutch when you need it. You're able to search it off the jet. If you open it up, that's great as well. I did use it plenty of times to be able to get rid of problematic monsters, or anything that was just, in a sense, a threat. So it did come in quite a bit, and it worked out fantastic. Of course, I would keep it in the deck. Spright Double Cross, though, on the other hand, I didn't really utilize this all that much, to be honest with you. I don't even think I resolved it during any match. I may have once, just to banish something from the grave, but honestly, it really never came up. Whenever I was using Jet to search, I was either searching for a starter or I was searching for the Smashers. And I really didn't open up the Double Cross all that much. So, yeah, it is a 42 card deck. So, if somebody wanted to, try and play this, you can definitely cut this out. I'm probably going to cut it out of my deck and just play 41. Because, yeah, it really underperformed, in my personal opinion. So that is going to be it for the main deck. Now we will go to the extra deck here. Extra deck, I got 2 Elf, 1 Sprind, and then I also played the Unicorn, Link Karibo, as well as Avermax, and then the IP Masquerena. These are the links that I decided to play. All of them did really well. I think the only thing that did not come up for me personally was probably the Unicorn. I feel like there wasn't a time where I needed to bounce anything back using Unicorn's effect. I definitely took advantage of IP Masquerena, though. Being able to go into Avermax, there's a lot of decks that really can't handle Avermax. And it's just that Avermax paired with IP Masquerena was definitely game against certain decks. And yeah, it really came in crucial. And then plus the Link Karibo. Link Karibo came in clutch too, because there was times where I only had the Amadorn on the field with other dinos in my hand, and I would get the pill, and I wasn't able to, I wasn't able to use pill because I didn't have another non-dino. So I'd link the Amadorn away, go into Link Karibo, then of course I'd have another monster on the field, so I'd be able to link it for a sprint, do the sprint plays, and then pill for Pankratops or UCT. But yeah, so that is it for the links. Moving on to the Xyz, I do play 2 Gigantic Spright, 1 Totally Awesome, 1 Evilsaur Dolka, 1 Evilsaur Lagia, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Mannequin Cat, and 1 Ninja Shadow Mosquito. Now, the Xyz were a big part of the combos, of course, because majority of the time I was ending on a Totally Awesome, plus either Dolka, Lagia, or Dweller. I feel like for me, though, the one that really underperformed was the Ninja Shadow Mosquito. I summoned it, I think, a couple of times, but I never got its effect off. I think my opponent outed it before I was able to. So yeah, I really didn't utilize the Shadow Mosquito. I'd probably cut it for something else, in my personal opinion. Not too sure what yet, but if I had to cut something out of my extra deck, it would probably be that. Mannequin Cat is crazy, especially against the tier limit matchup. Mannequin Cat, it was clutch in one of my tier limit games. And then just closing out my game 3 in round 8 It helped me close out the game with that as well. And then yeah, the rest is self-explanatory. And moving on to the side deck here, we got 3 evenly matched. Shout out to my boy Saul. He lent me these 3 evenly matched and definitely came in clutch. We got 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Dimension Shifter, plus the Gamma Burst. And then I do play 1 End of Anubis, as well as 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, and 3 Dark Ruler No More. Now again, the evenly match, it really did come in clutch, partnered with the Lightning Storm, because I did play a heavy stun deck. He was playing a lot of back row plus an Spectro border, and when I sided them in and I needed them, they came in clutch, and I was able to clear his whole board and then proceed to OTK. And then against the Flu matchup as well, Lightning Storm came in clutch by removing his back row, getting rid of the field spell as well as the trap, and he had another set card as well. So Lightning Storm definitely came in handy when I needed it. Now Dimension Shifter is self-explanatory. I mean, it is such a great card right now against like the tier limit matchups, and even against some of the rogue matchups that just rely on their graveyard. Dimension Shifter plus Gamma Burst. The concept behind it, of course, is you go Dimension Shifter during the standby phase. Your opponent is pretty much almost forced to just pass, or maybe they set something and pass. And if you open up blue and jet or blue jet and a baby, you can pretty much just combo off, and then you'll end up with at least 4 level 2s on the field, if not more. And you'll use the jet to search the Gamma Burst, and then you go Gamma Burst, give them all an additional 1400 attack, and you could pretty much OTK from there. So it was really great. Gamma Burst, I was able to utilize it a few times. End of Anubis, I like this card with Mannequin Cat. I really, really do. I honestly think I was only able to get it off twice, though, in against my tier limit matchups. Yeah, I think I only got it off twice, and the guy was able to out it the first time. So, I mean, it was, it helped, but it wasn't something that just locked game for me. But I still wouldn't cut it. I like it. It is such a great play, especially against the tier limit matchup. Feather Duster, I mean, help remove back row and any problematic floodgates. And then Dark Ruler No More was probably the least utilized card in my side deck. I don't think that I even used Dark Ruler No More, if I'm gonna be completely honest. It never came in handy. I really only put it in my side just in case I was playing against whether it was like the Spright matchup or even the Pendulum matchup, just decks that wanted to put out big boards and a lot of negates, because I definitely need to resolve my effects to be able to combo off and be able to break boards. So that's what that was in there for, but I honestly never needed it. So that's probably something I would change out for something different in the future, maybe like Raigekis or Dark Holes or something. But yeah, so that is going to do it. That is my top 32 Seattle Regionals Spright Dino deck profile. And hopefully I will make some few changes and test this out again at the next regionals that we'll have here. I really like it. Again, it does have a great matchup against most decks. I was able to play against, both stun, rogue, and meta. And again, I was able to, get 27th place in top 32. So yeah. Thank you again to my boy Saul, my boy Rigo, my boy Josh, Jason, John, Chris, just everybody who was there, everybody who supported me, everybody who helped me. They were there for me throughout the entire tournament and definitely helped me along the way, and were able to, push me towards that top 32. So I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, thank you for watching.